Welcome to another review, to the show that now has a title, Alphanumeric Reviews. As always, I'm Rick, and you can be my captive audience for tonight. And by captive I mean there's no escape, you have to sit through this. For my review this week, I thought I'd look into the first SNES game I ever played, Joe and Mac Caveman Ninjas. Now before we go for the review, let's go in for a little history. Joe and Mac was originally an arcade co-op game, which was known for its cartoony graphics and sound effects. It was released on New Year's Eve 1991, that is according to Wikipedia. Back while the SNES and Genesis were still in diapers, and the NES owned the home console market. Joe and Mac was ported to all three of these consoles. The NES lacked a lot, its severely lower graphics, which was understandable due to the console's limitations, but it also lacked a two-player feature. The Mega Drive version, or Genesis version, was very close to the original arcade, only had a bit of graphical differences. But the SNES version, the SNES had a stand-alone version of its own. It was more platformer than the arcade, which features an overworld map similar to that of Mario 3 or Super Mario World, but it was a lot smaller than these games. It almost seems unnecessary, but it allows you to revisit the past levels. The levels were longer than the arcade version, with the addition of bonus stages. Some of the weapons are missing from the original arcade, and they can no longer be charged up like they could be. And some of the cartoon physics, like being squashed under a boulder, no longer happen to Joe and Mac. They basically just get a looped injured cycle. The final boss is also different to the arcade, and there's only one ending instead of three. But that doesn't make the game any less brilliant. So let's go into Joe and Mac for the SNES. The story is pretty simple. A group of Neanderthals came to Joe and Mac's village. Joe and Mac, being the cool dudes having all the babes apparently, have to go out to save them. So the story is basically going through each level, saving a new cave girl and sending her back to the village. And this brings out a nice little feature when you play co-op. When you beat the level, a cave girl will come out and kiss you, and in one player mode that's okay, but in two player mode she'll only kiss one of you. The way this is decided is how many hits are done on the boss. So if your character has the most hits, you'll get the kiss, and your character will claim a nice little victory with happy peace signs in the air or something. But the other caveman will sulk, cry, hang his head in shame, whatever he wants to do. Holy crap, I love this boss as a kid, but only because when you hurt him, he shouts damn. Now as an 8-year-old hearing that, it was great. But this was a few months before I watched Little Shop of Horror, and then I realised that a plant saying damn was really nothing.
No shit, Sherlock.
And it gives it a nice little challenge to be with your friend when you're playing co-op. As mentioned before, the graphics are mostly cartoony. It is pretty nice to look at. It's weird seeing cavemen with blue and green hair, but the dinosaurs look great. When I talk about dinosaurs, I mean the bosses. The main enemies in the game are a lot smaller, cartoony, kind of Land Before Time. It was pretty nice. When you hit the enemies, they get that little teardrop sometimes. It was a nice silly element. The sound effects are quite fun. You have little things like, I can't even explain it, you really have to hear it for yourself. So the sound clips are, once again, cartoonish, and it's quite fun to listen to. The difficulty, well, it's got a difficulty setting, so it doesn't really matter. It can be a bit overwhelming with enemies at times, and the bosses can be annoying, and there's one level I swear you can't make it to the end of without getting hurt at least once. On the level you're seeing now, you have to fly down but have boulders drop from above that you can't see, but when you swing to attack the boulders you travel upwards, making you have less time to react. Now I tried holding up and pressing the attack button over and over, and I was still being hit by every boulder that came along. So I don't think there's any way to really get through this level safely. Why does this boss spit out fish? He's like a bulimic Godzilla.
That's a lot of fish.
The weapons in the game are pretty good. You've got 4 main weapons and your base weapon. The base weapon is the club. The 4 weapons you get through the game are throwing bones, which are minimal damage and limited range. Boomerangs, which are minimal damage but with extended range. Fireball, which has good range, high damage, but only fires once at a time, so you have to wait till that one goes off screen to use it again. And the 4th weapon is the wheel. It is not as strong as the fireball, but only by a small amount, and it can fire 2 at once, and its distance is infinite. It just rolls away until it hits something or disappears off screen for a set amount of time. The control can be a bit stiff, but this might be due to it being an arcade based game being shifted over to a stiff D-pad. So it's hard to get your jumps perfect. So you'll find yourself falling into pits or landing on spikes a few times, but it's something you can get used to at least. The music is really nice. It's a nice simple beat you can enjoy while you're playing the game, but there is one thing I don't enjoy about this game. Now, I enjoy the bosses, I enjoy the multiplayer, I enjoy everything, but the one thing I don't enjoy are the checkpoints. On the world map, every so often you'll come across a grey circle. When you stand on here, you'll build a statue. So you obviously think this is a save point or a checkpoint, and really it's not. When you die, you get this little angel on screen, once again cartoon physics, and just land where you want to land. When you go to the continue screen, okay, so you think you continue, you go back to that checkpoint, you play through the levels since then. No. When you continue, all the levels you've unlocked are still unlocked. So the checkpoint seems pretty useless to be put there for no reason. They might as well just start you at the level that you were playing last. If they were going to use this little checkpoint system, they should have used it to be a save system so you could reload your game and play through levels over and over by your own choice. But the way it is, it feels useless. It is a waste of memory, it's a waste of space. They should have just made you continue from the level you were last at. Wow, this Ankylosaurus could give Sonic the Hedgehog a run for his money. What the hell? How was I to know I was going to get hit by lightning? Well, that's game over for me. All in all, this game is great. It's aged nicely. And if it comes to the Wii, Xbox or PlayStation Network, I would suggest downloading it. I've heard rumours they're working on a HD re-release, just like Earthworm Jim and Turtles in Time. I don't know if it's true or not, but I would love to see it, and I will buy it the day it's out. It's a great co-op game. It's short, yes. It can be tricky, yes, but it is a lot of fun. And it's, just a lot of silliness. It's cartoon physics, but it is worth, at least trying out. So if you come back in about 10 days or so, my next review will be up, and that will be Hogs of War for the PlayStation 1.